Spinner and hard hit in turn 3.
48 car.
And A.J. Allmendinger, Jimmy Johnson, and A.J. hard up into the wall in 3.
Boy, look at that thing.
Now the caution had already come out when that happened, and
look at that
48
thing.
is junk.
I have never seen a 48 car torn up quite like that. She is done. Not a happy camper either.
Darryl, you talked a little bit about it in the pre-race. It has been a rough ride for this 48 team, honestly, whether it's coincidental or not, since we went to this rear spoiler.
That's my observation.
Watch the 48. Things are going to happen up front. There goes the 37, up and around. It's Conway.
He makes slight contact with the outside wall.
But then, that's up in 2. Down in turn 3.
Oh, here comes a...
Jimmy Johnson just nowhere to go. The 43 car of Allmendinger just coming back up the racetrack right in front of him.
That is a huge hit.
So the caution apparently was for Conway into the wall.
Yeah, look at
Not sure why Allmendinger was so far down on the racetrack.
That's brutal right there, man. That is a hard lick.
Looking for his first Sprint Cup victory, Carl Edwards trying to deny him from the outside of the front row. Then Keselowski, Stewart, Kane, and Hamlin. Green flag, 2 to go.
Boy, I tell you, that 2 car gets up in there. That's going to mess with Carl a little bit. But Carl should be able to get the steam up the outside.
Regan Smith in that 78 gets a good run through 1 and 2. Actually pulls away from Carl Edwards down the backstretch.
Stewart loses a bit of ground and loses 2 spots. It is Smith into turn 3. Edwards has the grip, and here he comes to the white flag. Regan Smith 1 lap away. Paul Menard blowing up in the back of the pack. White flag.
Can he do it? Can he hold him off?
No matter what, we've got a race now. They'll race it back if we don't get a caution.
Boy, Regan got off to the turn 2.
Oh, he hits the wall.
He's all right. He's okay. He got off there great.
But Edwards didn't jump inside.
They're all wrecking behind him, but it's okay. Can he hold him off? 1 more corner.
Here we come to the flag. Regan Smith looking for his first Sprint Cup win. Edwards to Carlin's flag. Smith gets the flag, and this time he'll get to keep it.
How about that?
I love you guys, man. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yes.
What a call.
You're the man, buddy. Nice job today. Nice job today, buddy. Thank you very much. Wow. Nice job.
A single car team racing out of Denver, Colorado is going to victory lane in the Southern 500.
And we've been bragging about his qualifying. You know, what a great qualifier. And this week he qualifies terrible. The worst he's qualified all year. But guess what? Got him a win.
The 6th first-time race winner here. The last to do it was Lake Speed in 1988. From Cato, New York, former Rookie of the Year is in victory lane, Matt Yoker.
Legendary names who have won this Crown Jewel event. Now you can add your name to the Johnny Mans Trophy. Can you describe what this means for you, Regan?
No, I really can't. It's first and foremost, all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. My mom comes to every race that I run just about, and she missed this one. Sorry. She's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama with some animals and saving animals after the tornadoes down there. So, Mom, hi, I love you. Sorry you missed this, but gotta thank the fans, for all the fans for coming out. Furniture Row, these guys have stuck behind me for 3 years now. We've had some major ups and major downs, and I think this would be classified as a major up for sure. The car was good all night. We just never had track position, and the opportunity showed up to stay out there, and Pete made a great pit call. I was gonna be mad if he didn't say that, but I was gonna do what he told me to do, and it worked out. We're in an all-star race. There's too much cool stuff going on right now. I had to get my composure out there. Actually, just right here I did. And we got a neat trophy now. Legends win this race. I'm not supposed to win this race. I've never even had a top 5. Like I said, shows in this series, anybody can win on any given Sunday.
The boys from Colorado take a big one in Darlington.
Pete Rondo makes the call. Regan Smith goes to victory lane. Brad Keselowski, Greg Biffle there to congratulate him. Carl Edwards came over before he got to victory lane. And Harvick and Busch.
He's after him.
Yeah, this has just started now.
Kyle says, I know how you gotta have to. This ain't gonna happen too good.
There was a pass, there was contact, and then as Boyer went into the fence, Kyle Busch came and turned Kevin Harvick around.
We know Harvick is he plays rough, especially when the race is over with. I've seen him climb over people's cars to get to him.
We've got cars overheated. We've got drivers overheated.
And we got wrecked cars. And
Bobby Labonte crashed on the final lap. Harvick looking in his mirror. Shuts the switches off.
Something's going to have to give here, boys.
We thought it could be Newman and Montoya. Turns out it's Harvick and Busch. And they are still stopped way up at the turn 4 end of pit road as Regan Smith does his victory lap. And Harvick's going to put the steering wheel back on.
I think Harvick was getting ready to hop out of that thing. I think somebody must have gotten to him. No,
wheels off again. Here he comes.
He says, okay, this is enough. I'm going back here and we're going to have a little talk. And there goes his car. That car just took off. Holy smoly. That's Darlington. Fireworks.
Fireworks in the air are the least of it.
Wait.
All right, tell your side of the story, Kevin.
I mean, obviously we were just racing hard and doing what we had to do there at the end, and things happen.
Things happen, that's it?
That's it. What do you do? Good racing, I guess.
What'd you guys talk about?
What got discussed in the truck?
Not much.
Oh, come on, Kevin. What got talked about?
Anything really to tell you other than not much.
Is it settled between the two of you?
You saw the end.
Front of Truex, white flag, 1 to go.
Has he got enough gas to make it?
Oh, yeah, we're in good shape on gas.
He'll make it around, but will he get there first?
Oh, yeah, he's got a nice, he's got a comfortable lead. He's in good shape.
Jimmy Johnson sails off into turn 3. Hamlin is going to have to deal with Stewart for second. Hendrick Motorsports 200 Sprint Cup victory belongs to Jimmy Johnson in the Southern 500.
There you go, Mr. Rick. Got you one.
Denny Hamlin second, Tony Stewart third, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex the top 5.
Great job by Jimmy Johnson. And Rick, I know what a relief that is, buddy.
Now I can tell the story. For 16 races, 4 tractor trailers full of special souvenirs to celebrate this 200th victory have been traveling the country racetrack to racetrack unbeknownst to Rick Hendrick. Hendrick Motorsports employees have had to hide this from him for months so that tonight they could finally have this celebration. Jeff Hammond.
Rick Hendrick, it's been a long time coming, boss, but hey, everybody's come up and give you congratulations, but it's finally happened, and it's happened here in Darlington. 200 wins.
Man, you know, first of all, I just left a win with my best friend, Steve Limitani, my doctor. Congratulations to him. I want to thank all the drivers and all of the crew chiefs and you and Darrell and Jeff Bodine and everybody else. I can't believe we won 200 of these things. I can't believe it took this long after 199. And I want to remember all those folks we lost and everybody that helped this thing happen. And Brad Paisley's in his bus on the way here. We're going to have a big party.
It's going to be a party for sure here tonight. But again, I never see you have much emotion on top of this box. I seen you walking up down pit road before the end. It looked like it was just like you had to get away. You had to walk off the tension.
I had to get away. I mean, I just couldn't. I was just. They said we were going to make it, but, you know, I don't believe them. You know, like, everything's happened backwards for us, but we've run so good this year and then had such bad luck. But I want to thank the fans for supporting us all these years, and I can't believe, you know, this is a big deal for all of our people. Linda, I just left you, baby. I love you. I'm sorry you weren't here, but man, you know, I'm kind of numb, but I'm glad it's over. I think we're going to win a few more now, but the Jimmy Lowe's, all our sponsors, you know, people have been with us forever. I know I'm taking a long time. I hope it's okay.
Hey, you can get 200 wins. It's okay, but go celebrate.
And you know, we think about all the ones we lost, and I'm thinking about Chris tonight. And I want to tell him that when we put our hats on backwards for our guys, we're putting our hats on backwards for his son, too.
We appreciate that. Go enjoy yourself, sir. Well earned, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Jeff. Rick Hendrick and the hundreds of employees of Hendrick Motorsports that have carefully planned this celebration for such a long time will finally get to enjoy it, and they'll get to do it at the granddaddy of all NASCAR races, the Southern 500.
This is how it typically gets every week. Every week. I hate my job. What the does he want? When you ran out of the pit, you almost ran some of them over. They're all wanting to whoop you.
You got started at the back with it too soon.
It's a run to go yet!
They want you to drop part of the back.
I am there! I'm there! Holy behind me! I'm down!
Oh man, cool down. Let's finish and get some points here.
He wanted to. That was a big move for Elliott Sadler right there. Great job. Kyle Busch shuffled. Matt Kenseth through to second. And looking for the lead on Elliott Sadler. Coming to the white flag. Look at Chase Elliott on those new tires. Final lap at Darlington. Elliott to second. And Elliott Sadler, the race leader. Here comes Chase Elliott with a big run off two. He's going to do it again. Back-to-back wins. Chase Elliott wins in his first try at Darlington. Trouble in the back of the field. Brendan Gaughan turned out of traffic and into the inside wall.
Very nice work. I got a car at the start-finish line.
Oh, man, come on. Are you kidding me? 18 years old and did it again? You see where he came from? Amazing.
Big hit for Brian Scott in the 44. The caution comes out again. Brian had issues getting out of turn 2 earlier.
Put up when I was trying to let him go inside of him, so he
And
just
now-
wrecked us on the straightaway.
Great opportunity for Brad Keselowski, who was the first car scored a lap down, to get back on the lead lap after that loose wheel.
This is exiting turn 2. Tony Stewart on the lead lap. Brian Scott 4 laps down. You see Brian doesn't concede the spot. He has every right to race Tony Stewart off the corner. Tony gets loose. It looks to me like Tony's frustrated. It's hard to defend the 3-time champion at car control. I don't think he misjudged it. I think he just basically took his frustration out on Brian Scott.
Yes, one of two things. Either misjudged it, which is at this point in the racetrack, it's really no excuse for misjudging something like that, or he got upset thinking Scott should have given him the space and ended up getting into Brian Scott. So either way, certainly on Tony Stewart's shoulders.
We were just in a bad situation. We were at the very end of a run. Our tires were really gone. I was slipping and sliding a lot. I was trying to let those guys go that had newer, fresher tires. I was trying to let Tony go there, and I think he got inside of me and got loose there. Then I was still trying to point him to the inside to let him go, but apparently he got mad with me. I just want to thank Twisted Tea, Ford, Albertson, Shore Lodge, everybody that came on board. I got a lot of respect for Tony. He's always raced me really clean. I'm not sure what he thought was going on there. I'm not sure if he thought I was trying to hold him up. I wasn't. I was trying to let him go, and even pointed him to the inside. Maybe he thought I was giving him the finger or something. I'll talk with him. We'll figure it out. I hate it. You know, it was a tough race. Southern 500's a tough race. Everybody's slipping and sliding a lot, and it's getting to the point where people's tempers are getting short.
Earlier in the race, there was a little incident with Brian Scott. Let's go back there. What happened there?
He wrecked.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
All right.
Okay, they've added a lap, and I'm pretty sure it's because the King won't come off the track. Richard Petty has stayed out on the track again, and I think he was supposed, it was an honorary position, but I think he's taking this seriously now. He wants to stay out there and run with these guys.
Rick, you going to tell him to come off?
I'm not going to tell him to come off.
I didn't think so.
It's good to be the King.
It's
right?
good to be the King.
Oh, you can't black flag the 43.
The King is having fun.
The King can do whatever the King wants to.
And look at Richard in this car. Look at that seat. That's an original seat. That's what you guys. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that to you, Jeff. But that's what the drivers used to drive back in the late '60s, early '70s.
Well, the King has led 1,237 laps of the Southern 500. I think at 1,300.
And counting. Yes. And yep, sure enough, they did. They gave the King the black.
No.
I'm not sure the communication is getting to Richard Petty right now as far as him coming off. I think he's following the pace car, thinking he just needs to follow the pace car.
I think he's having fun. That's what I think.
Absolutely.
He's entitled to it. Imagine the history that man has made. Oh. The number of people that grew up watching him race, idolized him, wanted to be him.
3 times he's won at this racetrack. Only one Southern 500 win for him. As the King pulls off the track, the field will pull right up on the back bumper of the pace car. And we're getting ready to race. Love stories. There's a story that Ryan Sieg's going to be able to tell. He's going to tell his friends forever. I may have had the greatest save of all time at Darlington.
You don't do this. This does not happen. It just doesn't happen.
So the best part is, while this was happening live, you had mentioned Dale Jr. had stepped into the booth. Dale Jr. is smacking me on the arm so hard, trying to get my attention to look down to turn 4, because he's sure that Ryan Sieg is wrecking. He's positive. And by the time I turn to look, this is where Ryan is. He's coming down straight out of 4, and I'm like, well, why did you want me to get why'd you get my attention for that? He goes, man, you ain't gonna believe it. And then when they showed me, yep, you're right, I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, now Dale Jr.'s dad on Bi-Supply tires maybe could get a car close to that sideways here and correct it, because they were so much more forgiving than these radial tires. I'm not sure that Dale Sr. ever got a car that sideways.
Oh.
That was just incredible.
This is it. He goes, all right, never mind, never mind. It's already happened.
Missed it, yeah.
Yep, that was it. Take a look at some golf going on there. Take a look. Look at this save. Are you kidding me?
You can't do that.
We've seen it twice now. This is incredible, because earlier in the first practice, Ryan Sieg did something very similar.
Yeah.
My left arm is still a little bit sore from when Dale Jr. was smacking me, trying to get my attention. And caution already. The 60 of Austin Cindric stopped right on the front stretch.
Heavy
by
contact.
him. Yeah, Spencer Boyd in the 76 avoiding him actually caught the inside wall.
You hear the frustration, you see the frustration, pounding on the steering wheel, screaming on the radio. 2 laps complete on a 147 lap race in the 60. Heavily damaged. I'm assuming he'll be out of the race. And remember, guys, we talk about the playoffs. He's just above the cut line at 67 points. That seems like a lot until you score basically 0. He should get about 1 point for today's effort.
Hey, Steve, he was so disappointed going into many races this year, because they had such bad luck. Good runs with the 60 up until race time when things went wrong. This is his last ride in the 6-0 car. He'll be racing the 98 and the 22, but this Ford, the last time he'll be in it, and that's why the frustration. They talked about on the radio before the race. So many downs this year. Let's end on an up. And now this.
Yeah.
And why is he so frustrated and disappointed as he climbs out of that car? Take a look. This is Ryan Truex we're riding along with, and Ryan Truex gets into the back of it.
Yeah, just misjudgment there by the driver. You know, it certainly wasn't anything intentional in that situation, but that doesn't help Austin Cindric at all.
Gonna ride on board with the 60. You see clear out front. Has no idea it's coming. It's turned around off turn 4. Pretty solid contact, and now you see why he's so disappointed.
He didn't do anything wrong. That's what's the disappointing part, is you've done nothing wrong. You know, you got yourself single file and think that you're in a good position there. And yeah, and again, it wasn't, Ryan Truex wasn't trying to do anything there, except he just misjudged. And you know, you're looking out the front of a car, and when you misjudge by only 3 or 4 inches, unfortunately, it creates a situation like this at times.
So the frustration definitely on the mind of Austin Cindric, and I'm sure Ryan Truex feels terrible that he just took out one of the competitors that, Dave?
With Austin Cindric now, I guess my first thought is, can you believe it?
No, I could almost cry, because this team has worked so hard, and just to be not able to experience this race and my last race with this team, it really bothers me. So, you know, thank everyone at Ford Island fans for performance. I'm just really frustrated.
How concerned are you with 2 races before the playoffs, Austin, to what this does to the picture?
Haven't thought that far ahead. Just hate it for that team. Hate it for the 60 guys. Just, I knew I was going to get teary because they worked so hard, and it's just really tough. It's been a tough year, but keep pushing. Got to keep fighting and be good in playoff form and keep going.
Keep fighting. Rick?
You saw it, the battle for the lead heated up to the point where they were side by side trying to come out of turn 2, and contact with the wall for Ross Chastain, spin for Kevin Harvick, and the caution has come out here at Darlington.
We've seen this before, haven't we? Dale, 2 cars just cannot fit on the exit of turn 2. Then there was a lap car to make it 3 wide, and you can see the results. Not enough real estate for everyone.
And Steve Ross came on the radio and said he wrecked us. And they all agreed.
Take another look at what happened.
We're all started right here getting into turn 1. That lap car of the 40 is definitely going to hold up the 42. Harvick knows it. He tries to get through there. The 42 squeezes down. Harvick does not get out of the gas. He slides up. They both run out of real estate. I'm not sure how hard the 98 was into the 42 before the 42 hit the outside wall.
You can see, and Keselowski took advantage of that. He'll be the leader of the race, but watch right here. You get...
And Kevin Harvick, we've seen this before out of Kevin Harvick. He's actually stopped in the 42 pit stall.
Well, because I think Kevin Harvick is of the opinion, you heard Parker's report that Ross Chastain felt like Harvick wrecked him. I think Harvick feels like he was underneath Chastain, and Chastain had room to go up the racetrack.
No, you can't give the man the position. Yeah, if you're going to take the opportunity to go on the inside, you got to expect that driver that you're trying to pass might get down on your quarter panel. Yep, but doing that, you're probably going to put both of you in a bad position, but you can't assume that he's just going to give up in that position.
Hard contact into the wall. Oh, my God. Huge wreck. The 14 of Clint Boyer. Look at the damage. 31, Ryan Newman. The 96 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Man, look at the 14 car. I looked up out the window and saw both cars going up the banking.
What the hell happened there?
And Clint had pitted on lap 301. He had pretty much the freshest tires in the field.
Talk about the closing rate. You know,
yes.
New tires, old tires, multiple lines. That is such a huge wreck. The 14 was running 12th. The 31 was up inside the top 10 in the 6th position.
That's a hard hit for the 14.
Clint climbing out.
Climbing out there.
We're hearing Ryan Newman was trying to come to pit road. I don't know if that contributed to the accident. We're going to have to see the replays when they come.
Back up. Just kind of tape it up so it stays on, okay? Get a piece of bare bottom, put the bumper cover back up, 4 tires.
Here's Newman. Oh, man.
Very clear to me the 31 was coming to pit road, and Clint Boyer had no idea. He had no idea the 31 was pitting. Heavy contact. Man, look at this right here.
Clint Boyer hit hard twice. Twice he hit way hard.
Yeah, that's the last hit's the worst because
all the crumple zones and everything, the absorbing impact stuff is already absorbed the first impact.
That's a big hit.
Oh. Jeffrey Earnhardt sliding in there.
This one right here is not much better.
No, this is the worst one because he's already got so much damage.
Oh, look at that wall, how much that wall moves when he makes contact.
I mean, normally you would expect, you know, maybe see a hand waving out the window, but the difference is in speed. He had to be so far behind him on the backstretch, he probably couldn't even see the 31 when he was on the backstretch.
Yeah, what these spotters will typically do is I mean, in a race like this with this type of situation, they would be extremely vocal with either hand signals or some sort of a system to be able to help each other understand who's coming to pit road and when. But this stuff happens so fast.
I mean, clearly, Clint had no idea that Ryan Newman was coming onto pit road.
Mother Nature, the headline for now, but it is lightening up, and we do hope to go racing once the track is dry. The Southern 500, NASCAR's official throwback weekend. We know these guys are ready, and so are the teams. We're going to continue to bring you the storylines. Luckily, it is a race, a place where there are plenty of stories, and Marty is with a driver who probably has some to tell. It would be what? Cash's buddy's dad, Kyle Larson.
Sure, that works, Krista. I'm buying that. And so I wanted to find Kyle Larson, and I figured I would find Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Denny Hamlin as well. And, of course, I did. So we were seeing Cash Boyer playing with toys. Let's see what the adult kids play with, because these guys have found a little rain delay to be the time to play video games. I'm shocked this is what you're doing, Larson.
Why, is that an Asian joke?
No, I'm saying you always are playing video games, racing games or golf games. This case, a golf game.
Yeah, we're in here playing a little PGA. I know I'll probably get in trouble for that, but I'm Asian, so I could say it. But yeah, we're in here playing a little golf. We can't play outside in the rain right now, but hopefully it dries up. We get out there racing. My car felt really good the last couple of days, so hopefully we can get out there.
All right, let's set the whole scene here. So we got Kyle, we got Denny, we got Stenhouse, it's Josh Peterman, friend of everybody in the garage area, hanging out. JP, heck of a basketball player. And how's your golf game on video game, Denny?
I'm the worst. So we're doing low ball, low total now. We have two-man teams. Kyle's the best, of course, because he is Asian. And I'm the worst at the video games. So it's these two versus us.
All right, Stenhouse, can you save this interview in some way?
No, I don't. I can't help my two friends. But JP and I are going to win this game. I hope we get out on the racetrack soon. I think Kyle's got a fast car, so we're going to have to catch him on this video game and on the racetrack.
Okay, there you go. And that guy, too. He's been pretty good lately, the Denny Hamlin guy. So that's what's going on. This is what the older kids are doing. What'd you say?
He's the one who runs the wall all the time. He hammered the wall yesterday, still won, but I don't think. Oh, he didn't win. He didn't win.
It's up for debate.
Yeah.
Poor Denny. He got the win taken away yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. So that's what's going on here. Whose shot is it, by the way? All right, Denny's shot. Let's see how this goes. You got a chip on the green, Denny. I'll get out of the way, Brad. Sorry about that. See how Denny does here. A lot of pressure.
Here we are.
He's in some deep rough there,
Yes.
DJ, isn't he?
We're just in the tall grass here.
There you go, Kyle.
Gonna have to really
that
make
is a
this
pathetic
call.
chip, Denny.
Oh.
Pathetic. Oh, and he's mad at
Good thing
himself.
he's playing
Sorry.
in the amateur division.
There you go.
And
All
Denny's
right, that's what's
left-handed on
happening.
top of that.
I'm not
That
sure
one.
what we learned there,
That's
Krista.
true.
I am not sure what just happened there,
I don't
Marty.
either.
That's gonna live forever.
I have no idea.
This is
Kyle
Marty.
Larson
No way.
wrecked it from the start.
Marty, that Kyle Larson comment's got to leave a mark on you, man. That's got to leave a mark somewhere. And then
Not
Danny
me.
backed it up.
He's
What
the one
was
who
up
said
with
it.
that?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. He's embarrassed now.
That's a guessing game, isn't it? You don't really know what the guy in front of you is going to do, but that did not work in Kyle Busch's favor.
Eric did a really good job of that lap traffic in 3 and 4. He does another good job here in 1 and 2. The lap traffic staying out of the way, giving away to the leaders. Oh, the 18 and hard in the wall off of turn 2.
He did. He hit it
Hard.
very hard.
Coming up on 2 laps to go. Eric Jones needs to be perfect. Well, Kyle Busch just gave him an opening.
You know the spotters come over the radio, that 20 car, telling him about Kyle Busch getting into the fence. Say, back it down, Jones, back it down, ease up. We don't have to run hard. You can see 18 is not in the mirror anymore.
But you have to hope that he doesn't cut a tire. That this is on the
Oh, he does.
hard
He's
enough.
in the fence again. He's
Yeah,
got a flat
hard
tire.
into the fence.
The 18 isn't flat.
Now go to the line as hard as you can.
Now the 20 needs to get to the white flag. Out of turn 4. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank.
All right, he's got to get around here.
Flag. One more time, brother. All clear.
And Kyle Busch is in big trouble in the wall all the way down the front straightaway.
That's true. There could be some debris. Look at the 20. Running to the very low line, staying very low. Trying not to get any type of debris on the racetrack.
Larson 3.5 seconds back, running second. Eric Jones in his 100th start in the Monster Energy Cup Series is going to win the Southern 500. Eric Jones wins in 2019.
Yes, sir. I cannot tell you how proud I am of you, Eric Jones. Way to freaking dig, man. All this pressure, and you did it, man. You should be proud of yourself right now. Man, thank you, Chris.